Hello, it's me again. Today I'm going to talk about research. Yeah, I'm really into research right now and I'm really keen on using technology to do my research. And as you know, hello, I forgot to mention myself, yeah. My name is Dave. Yeah, my name is Deva Indra. You can call me Dave. And let's dwell on the study, no, not on the study, but a little bit of example and also a little bit of knowledge, yeah, about research. There are a lot of methods in research, but as in Surah Al-Maidah, Ayah 119, this is the day when the truthful will benefit from their truthfulness. And from Hadith Sahih Muslim, whoever is truthful, Allah will make his matter easy and guide him to success. Just like that, I want to make a research, yeah, not want to make, but research, of course, have to be truthful, yeah. We cannot make anything by ourselves. We cannot, I don't know, like remake things so that it suit for our result, wanting result. Yeah, it's a lot of things, but we always have to be truthful. Thus, how can we be truthful in our research? Well, it is numbers. Yeah, numbers cannot lie, except if you, I don't know, do something about it. But in the research area, we have a lot of things, a lot of technology, a lot of theory on how to become truthful. That is by using these kind of things. Okay, let's now. Um, I'm gonna explain for you some of the tools. Yeah. First, we have t-test. Yeah, according to Cohen, 1988. Yeah, a t-test is assesses whether the means of two groups are statistically different using the ratio of mean difference to variability. So by using this, we can understand whether it is different. Yeah. So this is based on number. It's truthful. So how to use this in research? You can you want when you want to compare two groups. Yeah, when you want to compare two groups, first one is the treatment groups and the control group, or same subject measured twice. Yeah, pair t-test. So the first half is they are as a treatment group, and the second half the participants are as a control group, for simple. So there are in types, yeah, including independent samples, pair samples, and one sample t-test. And also, it requires assumption such as normality and independence. For example, I want to test whether virtual reality can be used to increase to lessen the anxiety of my students. Yeah, so I have to compare their speaking ability before and after the session, something like that. Now that's the first one. That's t-test. The second one is ANOVA. Do you guys know about ANOVA? Yeah, ANOVA or analysis of variance is the extent the t-test to compare means across three or more groups by analyzing variance components by Smith and Joe 2015. Yeah, so this one, a t-test is basically saying that I can only measure two groups. Yeah, but ANOVA you can use more than that, more than two. So you can use it when testing multiple group, mean or factorial design. Try treatment, gender, what else? For example, age group, yeah, and then different places, different background, as an output as f statistic to determine if an at least one mean differs significantly. So whether the other variable is different from the other, yeah. Assumption include normal residual, equal variance, homogeneity, and independence. The robust to mild violation of normality. For example, I'm comparing my speaking VR using VR by using three different classes or three different major. Yeah. For example, like management and what is it, computer science and also communication science. That's the second one. Now, on to the next one. What is the next one? Yeah, the next one is test bias. Yeah, well, test bias is present when a test yields systematically different results for subgroups with the same underlying ability due to unfair content or structure. It's based on Teresi 2006. It is important in educational and psychological assessment to detect unfairness affecting validity. Yeah. So bias can stem from cultural, linguistic, or contextual difference. Effect is on fairness and decision making. For example, a language question referring culturally specific contexts unfamiliar to one ethnic group may disadvantage them. Yeah. So, for example, again, I'm asking about the use of. I'm using the word cabby. Yeah, cabby in my test, in my speaking test. Half of them know what cabby is. Of course, it's taxi, but in a different cultural settings. Yeah, and half of them doesn't understand what is cabby. I never heard of that because their English language level is below average, for example. So they don't understand a lot of slangs or different kind of words that you use in other accent. So this is test bias. Yeah. So how to do this? So don't use test bias. Yeah, we have to understand our participant and also to understand what are we trying to test. Yeah. To get the better result. Number 4, differential item functioning or GIF. Yeah. Sorry. A DIF occurs when individuals from different groups but equal ability have different probabilities of answering an item correctly. Yeah. Used to identify bias test item, essential to ensure measurement invariance across group based on Teresi 2007. So one group, has consistent advantage across ability levels, and the other not so much. This is the uniform GIF. The non-uniform GIF, it advantages varies by ability level. Yeah. Common analysis method are using Mantel-Haenszel, logistic regression, and item response theory. For example, a girl reporting headache show higher response rate in a psychometric scale due to fever. Yeah. Not actual difference in psychosomatic problems, non-uniform DIF across age or grade levels. So it is sometimes because due to a specific traits or condition that are happening by the participant. Next, this one, this is validity. Validity refers to the degree to which evidence and theory support score interpretation for proposed use by Cronbach and Mehel. The use is needed to ensure a test truly measures the intended construct, not extraneous factors. So validity means that our test or questionnaire or interview question match with what we want to test. Yeah. So if it's other than that, it's not valid. It's not valid. Yeah. The test is not valid. Why is the test not valid? Because it is not what we want to, or we sometimes use it to be biased. Yeah. Chocolate, for example, VR is good. VR, what the good things that you like from VR, but we don't ask what the bad things or what the effect of the VR that you when you're using it, like headache or something. You only focus on the positive side of the note, but not the negative side. This is not true. This is not good. As I mentioned to you before, this is not truthful. Yeah, we cannot lie. Of course, in research is also we cannot lie. Yeah, because as a Muslim, whatever we did, how we look, what we said, what we research on, must based on truthful and must based on fact. We cannot spout anything that we want without knowing the knowledge of it. That's bad. Yeah, do not make the Muslim face become bad. Yeah, we have to be good. We have to understand what are we saying. Something like that. Okay. Well, it's enough talking about validity, yeah? And next one is reliability. Reliability is the extent to which stat scores are free from measurement error and consistent across times or raters, yeah? It is essential to know scores are reproducible and precise before interpreting them, yeah? It have to be reliable, yeah? For example, there are some type, of reliability. The first one is using Cronbach alpha. It's measure how closely related test items are as a group. To have internal consistency, via average inter-item correlation by Cronbach. For example, alpha values is more than 0.9 is excellent, 0.8 to 9 is good, 0.7 to zero point 0.8 is acceptable and lower is questionable or poor. For example, in a depression scale, items about negative mood, sleep loss, and fatigue should correlate well. Yeah, because depression, negative mood, sleep loss, and fatigue are the same matters. Yeah, if it's one of them is outside of the matters, then it's not reliable. Okay, you guys understand? Next, there's this inter-rater reliability. I'm sorry. Measure agreements between observer or judges, often estimated using intra-class correlation coefficient or ICC, based on Cicchetti 1994 and Cooley 2016. For example, the guideline is for ICC is less than 0.15 is poor, and then 0.15 to 0.75 is moderate, and 0.75 to 0.90 is good, and 0.19 is excellent. Next is normal. This is the last one. Yeah, this is the last material. It's about normal distribution. Yeah. So what is normal distribution actually? Well, a normal Gaussian distribution is a symmetric bell-shaped distribution of continuous data. Yeah? So it's like a school of data characterized by its mean and standard deviation by Phil 2013. Well, many statistical tests, t-tests, ANOVA regression, assume normality of residual or underlying data distribution. You can use the mean, median, and mode to coincide at the center. It's approximately 68% for like using the empirical rule, and the central limit theorem. It means of large sample tend to be normally distributed regardless of original distribution. For example, height of adult, test scores in large population, measurement errors often approximate normality. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, we talk about t-test, we talk about ANOVA, and then we talk about test bias, DIF, validity, reliability, Cronbach's alpha, and inter-rater reliability, and also DIF. Normal distribution field. Yeah. So I guess that all for academic reference. Be mindful, and also be truthful. Yeah, ask what you did to the world. What did your research will mean a lot to the world and mean a lot to those researchers in the future. So be mindful, and that's all for me. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.